welcome back to Cindy's Library. I am Cindy, and today I want to talk about Framley Parsonage by Anthony Trollope. This is the fourth of the Barsetshire Chronicles, or Chronicles of Barsetshire, and finally finished it, which is great. So, what is this story about? Well, we have several threads. We have, oh, we have Mr. Roberts, Mark Roberts. He is the clergyman of the parish that is seen over, well, I guess technically Lord Latham, and this I think seems to be the opposite side of Barsetshire where we have been before. But anyway, technically under Lord Latham's stewardship, but everyone knows his mother, Lady Latham's the one who really runs everything in the parish. In fact, his wife was a favorite of Lady Latham. She specifically chose him as a husband for her and got him his promotion. It's a pretty nice seat. I mean, not overly rich, but it's certainly not a poor parish or anything like that. Only we have one little problem with Robert, and that is he likes the fine things in life. He likes spending time with the rich and influential and hounds and spending time with the Duke of Omnium, which is exactly what Lady Latham does not like. Opposite politics, very suspect morals, etc., and so forth. So it wouldn't be too bad in some ways if that was all it stayed at. Unfortunately, it doesn't stay just at that. No, Mr. Roberts, he is talked into lending money to a member of Parliament who is quite suspect in money matters, at least. And he even gets him to sign a bill for money a second time. So it's not directly lending money, it's signing bills that he will pay the bills for this member of Parliament that the member of Parliament does not. Oh well, guess what happens? The member of Parliament does not pay the bills, and so guess who gets stuck with all of the mess and legal problems that all of this leads to. But that is only one of the strands. Another strand is we get the blossoming romance between Lord Latham, young, dashing lord, and Mr. Roberts' younger sister, who just moved there after the death of their father, I believe. And Lady Latham is not overly happy about this. Not that there's anything wrong with Lucy herself, per se. Even Lady Latham would admit that. But is the daughter of her village vicar really who she wants her son to marry? So there's plenty of to-do about that and trials and tribulations on the way to true love. In the meantime, Mrs. Grantley's daughter, I believe her name's Griselda. Remember, Mr. Grantley is the Archdeacon of Barchester Cathedral. And so very influential, and there's much to do about who she is going to marry as well. At first, there's some idea between Lady Latham and Mrs. Grantley that marrying their two children to each other, Lord Latham and Griselda, might be nice. But will that happen? Good question. Good question, especially with Lucy around. We also see the trials and tribulations of another curate, uh, not too far away from where Mr. Roberts is. Far poorer curacy, although much better than, well, I shouldn't say much, but better than what it was where he once was. So there's that, but poor guy just can't seem to get a break. It's very sad. Oh, and we also see our old friends Dr. Thorne and Miss Dunstable that we met in the last book, Dr. Thorne. So good to see them and catch up on what they are doing. And yes, we get some glimpses of some of our other favorite people, like the Archdeacon himself, Archdeacon Grantley. Mrs. Prouty, the wife of the bishop, is up to her old tricks. And overall, just a very, very fun book. So glad to come back to Barsetshire. Very enjoyable. Takes a little bit to get in them, but once you get in them, you want to find out what happens to everyone and how everything will be managed in the end. Because it's Anthony Trollope, so of course, everything has to be managed by the end. It's just one of the rules with Anthony Trollope. I won't say he'd never breaks it. I don't know that he doesn't, but you never know. But it's a general rule. Yep, love Anthony Trollope. So glad I got to this one. Just two left for the Barsetshire Chronicles. See when I can get to them, hopefully sooner than later. In the meantime, if you read the Barsetshire Chronicles, especially Framley Parsonage, if you have, I'd certainly love to hear all about it and what your thoughts were. Thank you so much for stopping by. I truly do appreciate it. So until next time, I hope we all stay safe and healthy. And as always, happy reading!